Hello everyone. If you have ever wondered how to ace the summarized written text and write an email task in PTE co-writing, you are on the right place. So today we are going to get an in-depth breakdown with huge real exam style examples and step-by-step strategies and hidden pitfalls that most test takers overlook. So trust me, this is not just your typical generic advice. This is the next level, game changing content that will set you apart from the rest. So let's dive in deeper. So, the first task when you're talking about the summarized written text, this task is not just about summarizing. So, it's basically about understanding the key ideas, writing a grammatically correct one sentence summary, using proper punctuation, logical connections, avoiding unnecessary details while keeping the meaning intact. So, the second one, what you should know is how to make the structure crisp and clear. Your summary should be between 25 to 50 words and must be one sentence only. So, here is the secret structure. First, you have to start with the main topic. So, basically, what's the core idea is, right? Then you can add the supporting details like why the core idea is important and what are the things that you can substantiate to tell the main idea. And then finally, coming up with the conclusions or impact, like what's the takeaway. Got it? So, this is how your structure should be. And now let's tackle a massive example step by step. So here is an example. The passage is in recent years, urban farming has gained popularity as cities struggle with food insecurity. Rooftop gardens and hydroponic systems allow for local food production, reducing dependency on imports. Advocates argue that urban farming promotes sustainability, but challenges such as high initial cost and lack of space remain barriers. Despite this, some cities are actively investing in policies to support urban agriculture. Now, if you are making summary like this way, say for example, urban farming is popular but expensive. No, this is not a good summary. I'll tell you why. Why this is wrong? Because this one is very short and it misses the key details, right? The key ideas. You're not explaining the key ideas here and no logical flow. The first and foremost thing is it's very, very short and simple and there are no key details. And if you have written the key details only, then you could have written the supporting details and no conclusion. So the logical flow is completely missing. We will see a perfect summary how it should be. Urban farming, which is gaining popularity as a solution to food insecurity, enables local food production through rooftop gardens and hydroponic systems, though it faces challenges such as high cost and space limitations, leading some cities to implement supportive policies. So, why this one is the best summary? Here, the topic is about urban farming's popularity due to food insecurity, right? So that is the main point or the key point. Then we have added supporting details like food production, hydroponics, and rooftop gardens. Then we have also mentioned the challenges, which is cost, space limitations, and also we have concluded some cities are supporting it. Now you can find the difference, right? So this summary is precise yet professional and very clear. Now let's see some of the common mistakes that will kill your score. If you're writing more than one sentence, so instantly your score will get lower. Okay. And if you're missing the key details, if you just ignore the major points, then definitely you're going to lose marks for that. And if you're using incorrect grammar or awkward phrasing, yes, your score will get lower. And if you're writing an opinion instead of summarizing, which is not at all expected, right? First, you should know the expectation from this summarizing the text. They want as a summary, they don't want your opinion or your perspectives. So kindly understand that and follow these strategies to give a perfect summary. The next one that we are going to see is to write an email. So here the step one is what examiners expect when it comes to write an email. So this task is all about clarity, conciseness, and correct tone. And you will be tested on formal or semi-formal tone, but never be too casual. And your sentence should be very clear. So always start with a greeting, then what is your purpose, then you can give some details, and finally with the closing. And also the relevance. This also matters a lot. So stick to the main request or the complaint. And grammar, punctuation, coherence. These things plays a major role. So the next one is, let's see a perfect email structure. The first one is you have to start with a greeting. So address the recipient correctly. And the opening line, like clearly state the reason for writing, your purpose. Then the body paragraphs where we focus on the supporting details or expanding on your details. And finally, closing with a polite request or resolution and sign off with appropriate closing phrase plus with your name. Okay, let's see an example here. So the prompt is given here asking you to write an email to your apartment manager complaining about noisy neighbors. Here, let's see how you should not write an email if you're not giving any subject, okay? And if you're just starting like, hi, I'm really annoyed because my neighbors are always too loud. They play music late at night and it's very frustrating. I can't sleep and it's affecting my work. I have tried talking to them, but nothing changes. Can you do something about it? And you're just saying thanks and writing your name. I'll tell you why this email scores low. Okay, first one, this one is very informal and unprofessional tone. You're starting with just saying hi, which is too casual for a formal email. And if you're saying, I'm really annoyed, which makes it sound like more emotional instead of professional, and also it lacks clarity and details. There is no subject lines, which makes it unclear what the email is about, and you are mentioning it as like always too loud, which means when does the noise happen, what type of noise is that. All these key details are missing here, and the structure is also very weak. So no proper introduction or background information. The request is unclear. So what action does the sender expect from the apartment manager? That is missing here. And no polite closing. The email ends abruptly without a professional closing statement. Got it? So let's see a good perfect email in order to score high. So here you're starting with a subject, urgent complaint about noise disturbance. Dear Mr. Thompson, I hope you are doing well. I'm writing to formally report a recurring noise issue in my apartment building. The tenants in apartment 5B have been playing loud music late at night, making it difficult for me to sleep and focus on work. The disturbances usually occur between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., and despite speaking to them directly, the problem has not been resolved. I kindly request that you take appropriate action, such as issuing a formal warning or any other necessary steps to address this matter. I would appreciate your assistance in resolving this issue as soon as possible. Please let me know how this can be handled. Thank you for your time and support. Best regards, John Smith. So why this example is the perfect one? Because you are starting with a formal greeting saying that, dear Mr. Thompson, and you're using polite phrases like, I kindly request, thank you for your time and support. Right. And the second one is this one is well structured and clear. It follows a logical structure, right? So you are starting with an introduction stating the purpose of the email, and you are giving details such as, provides specific information about the issue, what apartment number that you're getting the noise, and what is the time. And you're also stating clearly about what action is expected from their end. And you're closing with appreciation and a polite sign off. Okay, so that's all for today. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for top notch guidance. If you have any doubts, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to assist you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.